Welcome back to the psychology of obesity.
Today we are going to deal with the difficult and complex subject of compulsive eating. Compulsive eating or binge eating is identified as an eating disorder, characterized by continuous or frequent excessive eating, over which an individual does not feel he or she has control.
It should be stated that even though this website will give you some insight and concrete suggestions to overcome binge eating, because of the seriousness of this psychological eating disorder in some people, and because it can lead to severe medical difficulties, working with a trained therapist will maximize your abilities to overcome these compulsions and assist you in your recovery.
But let us begin today with some of the causes of binge eating. Once again, your greatest tool in identifying these compulsions in your life is your food diary.
Wait 1 minute, hold everything. Are you telling me I have to keep writing in my food diary? I thought I was all finished with that. It was hard keeping track of everything I eat. Besides, it's a little embarrassing. Sometimes I overeat and I don't want to record it. It's difficult being confronted with what and how much I eat. Not to mention why I eat. Usually it's because I'm bored or frustrated. It's not because I'm hungry. It's because, I don't know, I just feel the need to eat. I like the feel of being overfull. It sort of calms me. But I guess that's the reason for writing everything down, so I can understand why the heck I'm eating when I'm not really hungry. And to tell you the truth, I have learned a lot about myself already. Okay, I'll keep writing in my food diary. I guess I'm learning a lot. And I do want to change. Let's get back to the show.
As I was saying, the greatest tool in identifying these compulsions in your life is your food diary. Through the use of your diary, you will begin to understand some of the situations in your life which causes you to overeat, and help you identify some of the foods which may cause you to binge eat. These foods are often called trigger foods. A trigger food is any food that causes you to switch into the out of control mode, so that instead of having one cookie, one potato chip, or one serving of ice cream, you eat the whole container, and still want more. Trigger foods make you crave more and more. And it seems that no matter how much you eat, it's never enough. So the big question is, what do we do about them? And is it possible to learn to eat them without overdoing it?
Many professionals differ on the subject. Some advise an out-of-sight, out-of-mind method of dealing with these foods. However, the mere fact of restraining yourself from these foods can cause you to binge eat.
Every day we engage in a delicate balance between restraint versus indulgence. We get up on time, we go to work, we follow the rules, we counter these restraints on our lives with pleasurable activities, like playing games, watching TV, or going on vacation. As long as we maintain this dialectic balance, we are able to cope with the complexities in life. However, when stress or difficulties overburden us, we often overcompensate. We overindulge with drugs or alcohol, or any number of self-soothing activities. And even though some of these activities can be beneficial in moderation, repeated overindulgence can cause addictive or compulsive behavior. So too with eating. When we label foods as bad or off-limits because of dietary restraints, we often overcompensate when given a chance to eat them again. The formula for dealing with trigger foods is quite simple. First, identify the foods which cause you to overeat. Then eliminate those foods from your diet for a short period of time, usually 90 days, to reduce some of their addictive qualities. Then replace the desire for these foods with other pleasurable activities, like taking a hot bath, going for a walk, or just sitting in the sun. We will talk about alternative and self-soothing activities in our next video session. And then when you feel that you might be able to deal with these foods again, you reintroduce them into your diet in very controlled amounts. Buy only a single servings, giving yourself a visual gauge of how much you should have in a physical limit. This will take another 90 days to replace your old conditioned response to these foods and retrain your brain to accept smaller amounts.
We should talk a little about 90-day cycle of learned responses and changing behaviors. As we have learned in the previous video, repeated activities form connections in the brain. As we continue to repeat these activities, these connections become stronger, at which time you will have two competing responses to a specific stimulus. As you reinforce the positive response, it will become the dominant behavior. Scientists have concluded that it takes approximately 90 days to formulate a new conditioned response.
Unfortunately, that old response will still be floating around in your brain. So if you ever feel like you're returning to your old behaviors, you will need to repeat your 90-day cycle until your destructive behavior becomes dormant again.
With time, patience, and a little stoic vigilance, you will be able to enjoy your favorite foods once again and still have the control not to overeat.
But it does take a lot of hard work, and remember, obese individuals are more susceptible to visual and external cues, so get that junk food out of your house, reduce your stress levels with pleasurable activities, and keep writing in your food diary. It will increase your chances of success by 50%. I hope you have learned a valuable lesson today and gained an important tool in your desire to fight obesity.
Good luck. Until next time. Thank you for visiting the Psychology of Obesity.